Hello YouTube. I will be VOD reviewing my own gameplay with Ryan to show you guys how I personally use him at Tower Disappearance. And I already think this is like the most efficient way to play Ryan since he is a support slash little bit of a DPS character. If this video gets like 20 likes, I'll probably like VOD review my Ronin or Elisa's. And if you guys really want, I can maybe try to VOD review your guys' gameplay if you do struggle with these characters. I won't be doing other characters because I don't use them, but I can try to give tips. So let's get into the video. I skipped floor 1 because you don't really need floor 1 advice, or floor 2. Floor 2 you just don't get hit by the fire. So, floor 3 you just play normally, as you should. I just don't get hit. Whenever he does like Stone Curse, you can skill, I guess, but there's really nothing to really show here. But I guess I would add, just don't get hit by his portal. It was just insta kill you. So add that now. I'm just gonna put that here because he didn't really get a chance to use his portal. We just killed him so fast. Floor 2, there's really nothing to worry about either, unless you get like burnt to death. But it's okay. Okay, right here, I'm gonna go back. Whenever she's in this skill animation, you can attack her. I can't stop. Okay, I have to press spacebar to do this. Right there. Whenever she's in this state. Wait. Or with a pet. I guess I'll just add like a drawing. You can't really. Nah, I'm not. There's really no point. Oh crap, I messed up. Okay, I'm back. There's another example I have. So I can add a drawing to that. But as you can see, I spinning phantom right there. Okay, if whenever I hit this, I can also pause. I think it's coming up right now. This animation right here. And I will add a drawing to that. Oops. Need to add a pen. Should be a different color actually. Should be blue. You see how I use spinning phantom right here? It's a lot more easier to do like a skill. I always skill right there. So, right here, next is Geico's. Yeah, I forgot to mention this. If you are like a DPS character, go all the way back here. If you're a DPS, you can sit right here. If they have Ronin, you will automatically spawn right behind Kamiki. So it's you sit right here. At least right here. So whenever she spawns in, you can like do a blame buster, you can do a back attack. She will be spawning like right here. So sorry this wasn't in order, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, there we go. I didn't stand right here, but you see that I spawned underneath here. If you sit where those blue lines at, you will get the first attack. Because you see where my team at? He's up here, she's down here. And there were on the totem. This is why they spawned a little bit further away. Because you need to sit right here where this leader's at. He's always gonna spawn here every round too, by the way. That's why they dropped right there. Like before, make sure you're doing your spinning phantoms right there. Get your attacks in. Like I said, I do a skill right here every single time. So make sure you're doing that. For Geikos, if you're a DPS character, you sit, I believe, right here and right here. It doesn't matter. I believe it's right here. Oops, I full screened it on accident. I need to click pen again. I usually sit right here, I believe. You can sit right here so you can get first attack on them. The reason why I don't do it is because I'm not a DPS character. So I run to that corner over here to show my team that I do not intend to attack the monster. So that is also a good tip. You see? Because this will automatically go, okay, everybody's going to the left, so I can get my Blame Buster in. This is good. You don't have to like delay and hope that you don't get griefed by anybody. I already don't think there's nothing to show here because this is just floor 4, I believe. You can just play normally, this whole floor. I'm just gonna say it now. You can play normally. Wait, that's... I accidentally used my self-res here, but that's okay because I can stand my ground up until like floor 9. That's like the only time I really need to have some sort of insurance. Because there's no way, if you are a Ryan player, you should not be using self-revive unless it's floor 8 or 9. But I'm not going to really go into detail right there. Okay, floor 10. Not floor 10, floor 5. Make sure... Wait, I'm pretty sure I use it anyways. I always use Resurrection here. There we go. Pen. Let's put an arrow here. Can I auto... No. Okay, that's dumb. Make sure you always use res at the start of floor 5 because teammate might die. That's important. That's very important to what Ryan players can do. Oh yeah, I should also mention hold C to regain MP fast. Always. So holding C to regain MP fast. Always do this when you can. I always do this for Ryan. This is how you simplify the character. Like, you don't have to spam up ZZ down Z with Sentinel and all that. You see how many bars I get back? Right here. I'm even typing while holding C. That's how easy it is. Here, I would recommend. This is what we did wrong here. Can I draw full screen? I don't think I can. Or is there a hotkey? P? Yes, there is. P. This is very important here. She has 28 HP bars. So whenever she's like at least 28 and below, your team can just kill her. Because the lightning skill will insta kill you anyways, but I mean, you can just dodge it by going around to like the edges, like over here or like over here, and doing the skill. Because if you were near her, she will most likely delay the lightning. Like if you're like right here, change this to red. Like if you're over here, you will delay her, and the lightning will kill you. Well, your teammates, because they're so used to the lightning coming towards them at a rapid speed. If you're delaying it and they use their skill, they're just gonna die because they already have in their muscle memory that it's gonna go away fast. Basically, what I'm trying to explain here. So look what we did wrong here. I was thinking about attacking her, then I second thought and I ran away. While Last still attacks her. And everybody else that's here and over there are already prepared for them to do the attack. So this is what happens. Because Last was DPSing, Ren and Ashen died. This is the problem here. This is why you don't DPS the boss when they have low HP bars. If your full team isn't there. Because now that they're dead because of what we did, don't do that. That's a big grief. Um. So the moral of this floor 5 is don't attack Kaze. Wait, don't attack Kaze when you are you and your team is committed to kill her. Also, That's the moral of the floor 5. Don't attack Kaze when she's doing her lightning skill unless she is low HP and you are committed to kill her. Also, don't use skills near her when she does it because it will delay the attack and get your teammates killed. They get resurrect because of what I did at the beginning of floor 5. This is crucial. This is the reason why I always say use resurrection at the start of floor 5. Is because stuff like this can always happen and you would have two teammates dead if that wasn't the case. Ruin and Ashen would be dead. And it would just be me and Lass. That's not what we want here. We want to have everybody together and to beat the boss as fast as we can. So going on to floor 6 here. Well, if I get to it. Floor 6 is um not that much of an issue. Just make sure you pop resurrection here as well at the start because the dark the bigger ones will come and they can also manhandle the characters. Like if she gets, I mean, if the dragon spits fire on you, you're gonna instantly die. You can't MP counter that. You will die. So again, use the pen. Use res at the start. And then you can play normally. Just make sure you pop your res and you're doing your job of support. Also, this is gonna be a very important tip as well. I'm gonna pause here. If you are ever low on HP as a Ryan main, if you have 100 HP and your teammate has like 2000 HP, make sure you use Lee Sin Slime first. Your survival is crucial as well as the teammate that's on 2000 HP. Because you can always get your MP back and resurrect them when they're dead. Well, when they're about to die, or if they're on the death floor animation. So make sure you put yourself first, because sometimes you can't save everybody. And later in the video, you'll be taken back to what I just said. So, also, if you can communicate to your teammates beforehand, if you're low HP, just ask them if you can heal first or get the first attack. Communication is key sometimes. So let's note this down. I had this problem before because some people just don't want to let Ryan heal, expecting that he's God mode. His totems are good, but it's not going to be as good as Season Slime, especially on Dark Gorgolos. The bigger ones, Ryan Poison Spore will heal you the most compared to the little mini one. Alright, I'm gonna close that. So we just watched. Oh yeah, Heaven's Guardian. Let's go back here. Okay, right here. Use Heaven's Guardian in the corner because it's really good. Because that's all they do. They just bull rush to the left or bull rush to the right. You see? They either go to this corner or they go to this corner. There's no in between mostly. So using Heaven's Guardian will do over like 3 million damage because this is a bigger monster and it has more targets to hit because how fat it is. Um, whoops, MP bar and the floor 6 and floor 9 is like the only real use of Heaven's Guardian because those two are large monsters. So that's like the only point of Heaven's Guardian here. I'm just healing. I just use Resurrection just to reuse it. There's really nothing here for the rest of this floor. I'm just playing normally, try to heal. Actually, this is a good thing to note. Always try to be full health going into Geico's because you have to stand your ground in the corner. That's why I always do. I always try to get 4 HP. Granted, I only get half, but it's still decent. I could put down a totem a heal. Okay, here. Always put oh crap. Oh no. Okay, good. Okay, good, 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 good. That was that would not have been good if I had to restart this. I accidentally hit a key on my keyboard. Okay, here. Always place stone wall. Because Geico's will do a slash and it can prevent. Whoops. I spelled slash wrong. Getting hurt. Let's add a drawing. Pen, let's put red. Let's just highlight it. Place here. You see how he just attacked the wall and that saved Ashen from getting hit? Very nice stuff there. Okay, right here. Whenever Geico's attack you, do a so essentially what I'm doing is whenever Geico's attack me, I do a skill because the iframe will not hurt me at all. You can see my HP bar, it does not drop. It does not drop at all because of the iframe. I used Resurrection right there. I placed Stolen Wall right there. Pretty sure I placed it again. Yep. Sometimes he can slash do that and hurt you, but it's okay. Danger. Use you have to use Leaves from Slime in a corner if you have to MP recovery. Fast MP recovery. Because using it right here will dole it out the map. Let's go back. Let's just highlight it. Just dole it out the map. It's not gonna hurt the boss or anything. You're just using it just for the iframes. Place my stone wall. I went to go get him because I didn't want to wait for him to go over there. My stone wall broke right there. It's okay though. As you can see, me placing that wall itself, the animation didn't get me hit. I was holding. Pretty sure this is C. No. Isn't this double tap C skill? Make sure to also use your barrier. I'm not sure if this is double tap C. Or is it C down? No. I think it's double tap C. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not online. I'm using res so I don't get hit. Using poison spore out the map. Placing stone wall. More leads and slimes. I only moving out the corner just to dodge that. Basically, I'm doing everything I can to stay in this corner. And I do this every round. This map, this round in Pacific is super hard. This is why I have this as an example. Because the team is all over the place. They're super uncoordinated. The reason why I'm doing it with randoms and like one guild member is to give you guys the example of you can do it with Randy's. You can play exactly how I play with Randy's and not die without using a single pot. I still have 3 pots, by the way. I haven't used a single pot the whole game. Despite me being low HP, I would probably advise if you're not confident, then using a potion, but I'm confident in my own abilities. Just hold your ground. Just do every single thing you can to prevent yourself from getting hit. The majority of the Ryans would have died by now if they were in my shoes. They probably would have used Flying Divide or something and they would have got counter hit by Geiger's attack. And he probably got killed. It's not always easy using them. But I think I've completely mastered the character so I can make bot reviews like this. I'm gonna skip this because I don't really want to watch the whole thing. So I already gave my examples. There's nothing for me to really say at floor 6, I believe. Going on to floor 7, you always want to place a totem down. Right here. Even if the warden screen's up top. Okay, that's my chair. Go. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Always place totem at the start of floor. Is it 7? No, floor 8. Also, pay attention to the timer. Pay attention to the timer is super important. That means the ice will be every 20 seconds. So our next time would be 17, for example, for this game. It'll be, I believe, 10, 17, 37, 57, unless it gets delayed. You can place. Okay, let's go here. This. Make sure to use resurrection. And stay druid. I would highly recommend you guys, if you're playing like Sentinel, don't use Sentinel for this floor because it will get you killed. Unless you're only going to be using the skills. Because don't press up ZZ, down Z. That will get you killed by the lightning. Learned that the hard way. Nice. A lot of Ryans don't DPS Kamiki because they're so not confident in their skill. It's either they're not confident in their skill or they're just trying their best to play not DPS support. It's kind of like they're scared in a way of dying. Also, this is the good tip right here. You see how I placed it a minute before? I mean, a second before the ice. Now our timer got delayed, so it's now on the 39, I believe. You can pre-place the totem 1 second early before warding screen. This also prevents you from getting stuck in the ice. This prevents you from being frozen. See how I got leverage to dash and use my Elysian Slime? So now it should be like... Oh wait, no, a minute. The timers kind of change sometimes. But just pay attention to the game. Pay attention to the timer, you'll be fine. Pretty sure it's 19 now. No, it's not 20. 20 to 21. So, pretty sure that's really all for this floor is to block the ice. The time do change, but just pay attention like I said before. I am playing Sentinel for no reason. I should not be playing Sentinel because I wanted the DPS, but I dull about it. Don't play Sentinel. You will get caught in the lightning. Luckily, I had Hotkey ready to use a skill, else I would have died right there. We were just playing with fire at that point. Just don't do it. There's nothing ready for this phase. Let's just do the same thing. Block the ice. Gordon, I'm going to skip to because this is important. Okay. So this version of Garrison doesn't really matter. Okay. Make sure you use res before you kill him, though. I always use my self-revive on floor 9. Always, always, always use self-revive here. This is the hardest floor in the whole dungeon. If you're about to die at like floor 8, and you really, really think you're about to die, you can't heal nothing, just pop your self-revive right there, but I always use self-res here. I use resurrection a little bit later, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get it off, I prefer doing it before. Some games I do it before, some games I do it after. You see that my team all died. I don't know how Austin died twice, to be honest. Rest books is every 40 seconds, by the way. I use resurrection again. Okay, this is really good right here. How did he die? He got killed by red smoke. You can res your teammates when they get killed by Garderson's red smoke. I'm not. There's no point in putting arrows there. You see how I res the last? I don't know how Ren died, but she died. Despite me using res. And then last instantly dies again. Like right here, I tried my very best to res my team. I popped res like 4 times and they kept dying. You can't save everybody. Even if I had an MP pot, I would have been able to res these guys because I would have known that they died. Like I didn't even hear their death cries or nothing. They just died. Here I use Heaven's Guardian because it's strong here. You see that this guy was impatient. and I get killed, and I get self-resed off, because this is why you always use self-res here. But then again, I die again, because they were impatient, and I guess I was off guard. So here's another example. I'm going to full screen this. This is with 3 people. So, Army said 38 seconds, because red smoke appears every 40 seconds. Let's type that in right now. Every 40 seconds. This can get delayed 5 seconds, and it can be delayed by 10 seconds. It depends. But at the start, it's always 40 seconds. This army was very smart. They knew what they were doing or talking about. If you're always prepared and looking at the timer, you should be fine here. This was a 3-man, by the way. We finished in 16 minutes. Alright, I dodged. Alright. 38 seconds, remember that. I get stuck in Stone Curse. I would have died there. She reminded us 38 seconds. And there it is. It popped at 39. She was like a second off, but it's okay. $21. Alright, so that's basically like 40, 50. Then that's 01. Wait, what? So the minute doesn't count. So that's 10 and then 20. Okay, I understand now. 21 was the next timer. So I'm assuming red smoke doesn't appear on the minute. Because they were also right about this. It was 20 this time, though. It wasn't 21, 22. It's kind of hard to get the timer down on it. They meant 02, not 42. Because 42 would be 20 seconds. But luckily enough, we killed them. Alright, for boss. If you have the MP, use res. Whoops. So basically, you play smart here. You use your res whenever you feel like you can. But if you feel like you don't have like 1 bar after your reds, don't use it. You should always have at least 1 bar after you use resurrection. Or else don't use it. Also, you survive. Complete this floor. Yeah, you survive 4 minutes to complete this floor. She died. Oh, he died. Oh, Army died. That's why I said pop res. Because accident does happen. Okay, this is a good example. This skill is very long, so you will be able to get one bar back at least. These lightnings. Also, stay in the corner. Like, stay here. Whoops. This is not pen. Let's use blue because this is a heart color. Stay in this corner, and you stay in this corner. Or you stay in the corners to the right. And you only move when you feel endangered. That's the only reason you would move to another corner. You can use Leasing Slime here. You can use any job you want here. Besides Dirt Job. Remember to use your barrier to save your MP. That's also smart. I always do that. You see how we're sticking together because we know what we're doing here. Pretty sure I died at like a couple seconds off from the boss being finished, but that's okay. No single prop drop this match anyways. So I'm just gonna like talk over it for like a couple more minutes. She isn't really doing anything here. That's all her skills. I use Resurrection again. Use the skill here when I was about to die. And then I'm dead here. Pretty sure that's all. So, that's going to be it for my VOD review here. If we go back to my notes, I click on it. For a little recap, make sure you always use... make sure you just don't get hit by the portal. It will insta-kill you for floor 2. Make sure you stand on these platforms if you are a DPS character, like Ronin, to blame Buster Kamiki when she gets to the next floor. This will be a back attack. For floor 4, wait, yeah, this is the wrong picture. For floor 4, you sit right here on this corner. I think whenever you see Kamiki do skills like this, she's vulnerable to attacks. You can do a skill. Same with her fire. You can just do a skill, and you can do damage to her with your pet too. Geico is, if you're not a DPS character, run into the corner so your DPS know that you have no intention to attack the monsters, so they can attack them without hesitation. You can clear the floor normally after that. Make sure you use Resurrection at floor 5 at the beginning, because your team can always die by lightning or anything can happen here. Make sure you hold C as Ryan to regain MP fast. Highly recommend that. That's his main source of MP recovery. Do not make mistakes like I did when she's low in HP bars. When she has 28 bars, don't attack her unless your full team plans to kill her. Make sure you have resurrection pots at the beginning because, like I said before, your teammates can always die. Whenever she does her lightning skill, make sure you're at the edges of the map. Not here or here because that would delay her. Use res at the start of floor 6. When you are low on HP, make sure you heal first, or actually teammates that you can heal first before they attack. After that, you can use resurrection for them. You can use Ryan's fourth job, not fourth job, Ryan's first job, Heaven's Guardian, in the corners because they can do the most damage. Make sure you use Legion Slime before the next floor because Geikos can be wild depending on how your team play. So you need to have the most HP as possible. Place the stone wall here at the start of the map. Well, not the map, the floor, because Geikos can do a slash and he can try to damage you. Save yourself some HP. I set that here. I'm gonna skip over that. Make sure you do Legion Slime in the corner because whenever he attacks you, you can get hurt. But if you do a skill, you can negate that and you won't get hit. Make sure you use your barrier too if he does a skill so you don't get hit. Place your stone wall so you don't get hit. You can basically hold out in this corner despite having a bad team. Like I said, you can do Legion Slime, you can throw it outside the map so it doesn't attack Geico, so he doesn't make him mad at all. Double tap C to go into stance in the corner, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it is. At floor 8, always place a totem at the start of the map. Well, floor, I mean. Because the warning screen will come at the bottom sometimes. So make sure you're prepared. Even if it's at the top, just do it anyways. Pay attention to the timer at the top right hand corner. This will indicate whenever the warning screen is. It's every 20 seconds. Sometimes it get delayed, but make sure you pay attention because it's roughly around the same time anyways. Make sure you use Resurrection and use Druid as your main weapon if you are a Sentinel main. Even if you are using like fourth job, I'd highly recommend just using first job because you don't want to get caught with your pants down, getting killed by the lightning skill. The lightning skill is probably the most common way people die at this floor. Also, make sure you can pre-place a total 1 second before the warning screen. This will prevent you from being frozen. Even if you do it at the right time, as soon as you see warning, you still gonna have to do a skill anyways. This will just give you extra time to do a skill. This is floor 9. No, let's fly 9. Make sure you use Resurrection before defeating the first Garrison, because the two bigger Guardians are harder to kill, and sometimes teammates can get killed by the slash or the meteors or any type of skill. You can use Resurrection. You can res your team when you get killed by Garrison Red Smoke. This is very important. Make sure you have 3 MP bars by the time he does Red Smoke by every 40 seconds, just in case a teammate is caught in that Red Smoke and get killed. Also, make sure you use your self-res before the mini boss too. I would recommend. But you can always wait until the double ones come out to save some time. Do what you can for your team. Res-wise. If you think you're going to die, then play for yourself until you can play for others. That's a big, important tip for Ryan. Heaven's Guardian is strong at floor 9. My max damage was 4 million damage at 300k. Red Smoke appears every 40 seconds, like I said before. For the boss, if you don't have the MP to res, don't use it. Make sure you have at least 1 bar if you do use Resurrection to avoid her next attack. You survive 4 minutes to complete the 4. Whenever she uses her like burst and lightning skills like that on the screen now, you can use Resurrection and then you can get your MP back up because the skill is long enough for you to regain HP. Also, make sure you use your double C totem, not totem, barrier. Stay in the corners. Unless you feel in danger, you can move. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys like the video, comment below. Let me know if you think I should do more bot reviews. And I'll see you guys in my next video.